Carl O's Game of the Week is Super Dodgeball. Super Dodgeball is a dodgeball-based sports game produced by Technos Japanese that was released by Neo Geo platform in 1996. It is actually a sequel to the original Super Dodgeball and features characters from Technos Japan's Kuno-Kan series. It was also the final game developed by Technos before the company went out of business, as well as the last Kuno-Kan games released in arcades. Technos Location tested a Japanese version in arcades, but since the company went bankrupt, this version was never released, and the game was only given a limited US release from SNK. However, putting a US cart of this game into a Japanese system will show the Japanese version. In 2001, Mega Enterprises ported this game to the PC exclusively for a Korean release. The rules of the game are similar to the original arcade version of Super Dodgeball. Two teams battle each other out, with each team restricted to their side of the court, attacking each other with a ball until all the members of one team are eliminated. This time, teams are composed of only 3 members, a captain and 2 teammates. When a character's vitality gauge runs out completely, instead of being eliminated completely from the match, they are moved to the opposing team's outfield, where they can still assist the remaining teammates by attacking them from within the opposition side of the court. The power shots in the game are now performed by inputting fighting game style commands. The captains in each team have 2 power shots: a counter shot, a special pass, and a super power shot that can only be performed when the team's power gauge is completely filled. The generic teammates only have 1 power shot each. Controls of the game changes depending on whether the player's team is in possession with the ball, offense, or without, defense. During offensive mode, the player can shoot the ball at the opposing team, pass it to a teammate, jump, or finish a shot. In defense mode, the player can try to catch an opponent's shot, crouch to avoid, jump, or provoke. Pressing the A and B simultaneously in defense mode will cause a player's current character to charge the power gauge, which is normally filled when the player performs power shots. When 2 members of opposing teams pick up the ball at the same, they will be prompted to press any button rapidly until one character overpowers the other and gets a free shot. In single player mode, the player starts out by choosing from one of 7 teams and then face against the others. The tournament starts out at the player's home court against Zako Small Fry team consisting of generic characters. Afterward, the player will face against the other 6 remaining teams. When the player defeats one of the main teams, they will be asked whether or not to accept the defeated team's captain in their team. If the player accepts, the defeated opponent will replace of the teammates besides the captain. The ultimate match will be a team consistent exclusively of team captains, while the final match is against a computer-only character, DB Myo. He is the final opponent in the single-player mode. He planned a tournament in order to rid the world of dodgeball. He revives himself in a new form after being defeated once. His teammates are named Da and Boo. So once you defeat the first 6 teams, you go against DB, his team. As you can see in the scene right here, you're fighting against DB right now. This is the final match in this single player mode. It won't be easy to defeat DB's team since he is the maker of this tournament. But if you can win, the game will be over and you have defeated DB's tournament. Dad, please stop. Mother doesn't want this revenge. Please forget the bad memory, please. But Angela, you become strong. Your mother Mary was strong as well. 10 years ago, I was a famous pro dodgeball player. I was always in the top ranks. I made many special shots and always drew a big audience. I became arrogant about my abilities. One day, it caused a terrible accident. The super shot I made was too powerful and caused a huge explosion which hurt many people. Your mother was present also. I killed my only love. After this, I left the dodgeball league. This is my worst memory I can recall. I devised dodgeball from what it brought upon me. I vowed to erase it from the world. I made this tournament for the purpose of discouraging future dodgeball players from participating. I have now come to the realization this reasoning was a mistake. I understand some of the reason why you did this. However, I think dodgeball makes me feel great. Don't you think so? I'll try to put the past behind me and make a new tournament with only good intentions. Will you join me? Off goes DB and his daughter.